Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you didn't know already, my name is Tara and I am a cruelty-free YouTuber. I just want to say before I get any further into this video, if you like my vibe, don't forget to subscribe, and if you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up at the end. It really helps me out. And if you're new, hi, I am Tara, like I said, and I'm so happy that you are here. I'm doing like a Manny MUA moment right now. Oh gosh, I did the giggle. Anyways, so today I wanted to try out and kind of do a versus with the new Too Faced Born This Way multi-use sculpting concealer against the repackaged but new Tarte Creaseless concealer. So these two claim to do very similar things, so I want to see which one is better. I have used this one already. I have not used this one already, so I kind of want to see how they perform side by side, which one I like better, that kind of jazz. Do I like both of them? I've only used this one once, so I don't have a full grasp of, you know, how it performs yet. I also used it over a new base basically because I did a full face of first impressions using this, so I want to see how it performs on a base that I know works good for me, works good for my dry textured skin, and I want to see how it performs that way. So without further ado, if you would like to see how each of these perform on my dark baggy freckled under eyes, then keep on watching. The Too Faced Born This Way concealer, I just want to start off by saying it retails for $29 in the US. It claims to be hydrating, full coverage, weightless, a 4-in-1 formula that conceals, contours, highlights, and retouches. So they're kind of saying that it's kind of like the same idea as Shape Tape. I don't think that this is anything like Shape Tape. So there are 20 shades of it. I still believe that there should be some darker shades, especially with their recent expansion on the shades with the Born This Way foundation, but that's neither here nor there. It's kind of a contradiction in my opinion. And they are sold at Ulta, their site, and Sephora. I got the shade Swan, which is fairest neutral. I also want to say, okay, so in the Too Faced one, there is 15 milligrams / 0.5 flat ounces in it. It has a doe foot applicator, much like the Shape Tape foundation from Tarte. Tarte Creaseless concealer. I got the shade Fair 10 Neutral. I really like the packaging, it's cute. There is, does it even say on here how much product is in it? Okay, net weight 6.4 grams or 0.25 ounces. So you get double the product in the Too Faced one than you do with the Tarte one. And this one is $26, so for $3 more you get double the product with the Too Faced one. Leave it to Tarte. Not hating on Tarte, guys. Kind of. So this, like I said before, is a old product repackaged basically, but they are branding it and selling it as a new product. So this had a lot of claims on the site. It claims to be full coverage, creaseless, a creamy skincare concealer, works over redness, pimples, hyperpigmentation. It can cover a tattoo. It also claims to be waterproof. It says that it has vitamin C rich maracuja oil, or maracuja, for brighter, firmer looking skin and smoother looking skin. So that's a lot of claims for a concealer, but like I said, it is called, oh, and it covers dark circles, and we all know I got them. So it doesn't say anything about covering freckles, so I have a lot of freckles under my under eyes. I don't know why, but I do. I'm going to apply my base with products, like I said, that I know and love and I know that work and look good. So this is the Becca First Light Primer. I always get this mixed up with the Backlight Primer they had, like the name. but I'm just gonna apply this all over my face. I did already moisturize my skin with the Glow Recipe watermelon moisturizer that I've been obsessing over lately. So I know this looks scary when it goes on. Oh, I forgot I did my brows already. Whoops. I literally forgot I did my brows. And I'm just like shoving this all over my face. Oh well. I guess that Kat Von D brow stuff really is waterproof because it didn't really mess them up that bad. So I know this stuff is scary when it goes on. It's like purple, but as you can see, it just illuminates the skin. It really hydrates the skin. I really love this primer. And for foundation, I'm going to go in with foundation that I love and I've repurchased many times, the IT Cosmetics CC Cream, and I'm in the shade Fair. I'm just going to put some on the back of my hand, and then I'm just going to dot it all over my face. I'm just going to blend this out. I'm just going to take what's left on the back of my hand, put that on the brush, and I'm going to blend this out with my Sigma Flat Kabuki F80 brush. I love Sigma brushes. And I don't really get too high up on my hairline because I have bangs, so it's like, what's the point? All the way down my neck because it is a little too dark for me, even with it being summertime right now. Now I am going to dive into the concealer. So as you can see, the IT Cosmetics CC Cream is not a full coverage foundation, which I don't always like a full coverage foundation, especially in the summertime, but I have very dry skin, so full coverage foundations tend to kind of make my skin look more textured than they are. So anyways, this is how my base looks. I'm pretty happy with it so far. So for my right eye, which would be y'all's left, I believe, I'm going to use the Born This Way Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer. It says it's super coverage, if you can see. So like I said, this has double the product the other concealer has. So I'm going, and just in case you forgot, I am in the shade Swan, which is the fairest with neutral undertones. I would say that it is pretty, I think it's a little yellow, but it's not terrible. I do have neutral undertones, and I do like my under eyes to have neutral undertones. I'm going to take my beauty blender and blend this out. And this beauty blender is damp, and I know you're probably thinking, well, duh, it's damp, but some people don't know. Looking at this, it still looks the same way that it did when I used it in my full face of first impressions. If that video is already up, I will link it in the cards right here. You can still see my dark circles. You can still see my freckles in there. I mean, it's not anything crazy. I'm gonna go in with another layer, which is what I did in that video as well, which I'm putting on a generous amount, you know. Take my beauty blender again. I did find in that video that I liked using a brush. It gave me a little bit more coverage when I did use a brush to blend this out. I'm just really stamping it in there. Anyone else have problems with foundation staying on your nose? Like, I do really bad. I will definitely say that it's brightened up this eye. I mean, if you look at the eye that doesn't have any concealer on it, it's definitely brightened it. So I do want to set, I'll wait to set it actually. Alright, so the other eye, I'm going to go in with this eye, which is my left, your right. I'm going to go in with the Tarte Creaseless Concealer. This one has more of a flat kind of paddle applicator. You can see a lot of product came off. And this was also the 10 Fair, and I believe this was the fairest neutral undertoned concealer they had. To me, this seems more neutral than the Swan one. The Swan one just seemed very yellow. So I'm gonna blend that out with my sponge like I did the other one. Oh yeah, that's definitely more neutral of a color, which I like. And like I said before, this is my first time using the Tarte one, this one. I definitely think that looking at both of them right now, that my under eye looks a lot more dewy on this eye than this eye. I want to see in a mirror. Close up. Oh yeah. Like when I turn my head, this just looks so dewy compared to this eye. This eye definitely looks very matte. It's dried down a little bit already. This one is very, very tacky. Like I touch it and there's product on my finger. It's very dewy. I'm gonna go in with another layer. I would not say that this is full coverage either with one layer. I can still see my freckles and I can already see it creasing a little bit. So we'll go in with another one, another layer, and blend that out. Don't you love the faces we make when we mess with our eyes? It's like the weirdest faces. I don't understand it. I personally like a more luminous eye look. I have a hard time with concealers being way too matte on my under eyes because of my dry skin. I wouldn't say that my under eyes are super duper 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 dry, but they're pretty dry. And I actually kind of like how this looks. I mean, once I set it, I know it's gonna get a lot more matte, but I kind of like it. I would definitely say I think this one has more coverage than this one, and it just kind of makes it funny to me because this one says super coverage. I'm gonna take my favorite Holy Grail Cover FX setting powder, and I'm just gonna take my sponge, my damp sponge, tap that in there and press it under my eyes. And I look up when I do this, so that way I can get the least amount of creases as possible. I don't know if that theory actually works, but in my brain it does. And then I'm going to set the Tarte one. Since I already know that the kind of look that I'm going to be doing today is going to be a very neutral look, I'm going to finish the rest of my base. For blush, I'm going to be using the Natasha Denona Blush in Glow Mini. I've really been liking this, and I have used it a few times in videos already. It's just a very pretty blush. I'm going to use this Crown brush. I hate when companies don't, especially bigger companies, don't label their brushes. Like, why? Also, I just want to say, if you've been wanting to try out Natasha Denona, this is $19 and it's a highlight and a blush. So compared to her normal prices, you know that this is a really good deal. I'm actually not going to contour today. I just don't feel like it. I don't feel like I don't need to. I mean, I just don't want to. So I'm gonna go into, for highlight, I'm gonna go into the Anastasia Beverly Hills Sugar Glow Kit. I've been trying to use my glow kits more. I took them out of where I keep my eyeshadow palettes and put them where I keep my highlighters, so that way I remember to use them because I forget. Alright, and I'm gonna use the shade Starburst on my cheekbones. And this is the Anastasia A23 brush, which is just a beautiful highlighting brush. I actually got this brush for like $10 when I bought the Dream Glow Kit. They were doing like a promotional thing, which I think is awesome because this brush is normally like $25. So I love the Sugar Glow Kit. I love all the Anastasia glow kits. I mean, all my glow kits have definitely been used and abused. This is just such a pretty color. Starburst, oh. Starburst also looks really good over a nice blush like this on the cheeks. Oh, it just gives like the most beautiful, luminous, sun-kissed, mwah, I love it. So I'm gonna go do the rest of my face, my eyes off of camera, and I will be back to check in with you guys in a little bit to show you how my under eyes are looking in natural daylight. So I will see you guys in a few hours. Bye. Ow, I almost freaking fell. That freaking hurt. Anyways, guys, so I'm sorry, as always, I, work really early in the morning, so it's always like the sun setting when I'm trying to show you guys the natural daylight. If you hear the birds chirping, I'm sorry, I live in the middle of nowhere. So I think my eyes look really good. I'm trying to get the best lighting possible. I think that my eyes look really good underneath. If you guys can tell, my eye on this side is definitely, which was the Tarte side, definitely has less coverage. Oh wait, was it the Tarte side? Oh god, now I forgot. Actually, I think this was the Tarte side and this was the Too Faced side. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to figure this out. So either way, like looking into the camera right now, this, you can see my freckles way more than this side. It may just be the lighting. Let me like move around a little bit. Oh, it's not really helping. Oh, here we go. Don't mind the playground in the back. So yeah, I can definitely still see my freckles more on this side. So I will figure it out and put it right here which side that is. So we shall see. Oh, my lipstick. I thought I was gonna be cool and like draw over my little Cupid's bow area when I did my lipstick. Oh, big mistake. Anyways, so my lipstick is all jacked up. Don't worry, it's not your lipstick, now is it? So yeah, I will see you guys in a few hours to talk more about how these under eyes look. Bye. I had to look back and see which eye had which on it. So my left eye was the Tarte Creaseless Concealer and my right eye was the Born This Way Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer. So it's been about, I would say, 9 hours, 8.5, 9 hours. I always try to do at least 8 hours. I always try to do at least 8 hours with doing a review because I work 10-hour shifts and I want to make sure everything is going to stay intact. I really want to start reviewing makeup through a work day because I work in the kitchen and I can't be the only one that wears products while running around sweating your ass off during a work shift. So looking at both of my under eye areas, they both look really good. I will say that this eye looks really, I mean, they both creased. This is definitely not creaseless. They both creased. Let me see. Up close, I want to see how they look. They do look smooth. I do think that the Too Faced side creased a little bit more than the Tarte side did. I definitely do think that. I still see my dark circles. See, when I look in my mirror down here, it looks like the Tarte side has more coverage. When I look up close, it looks like the Too Faced side has more coverage. So you guys will have to let me know in the comments below. Can you tell a difference? I can tell a difference because I'm up close and there may be a ring light in front of me, but this is also film. So some things are going to get washed out and all that other fun stuff. But I will say that my under eyes have looked worse. But I definitely see creasing. Really not that great. Is it super dry? No. I would say that the Too Faced one definitely looks more dry and crepey than the Tarte one, but the Tarte one, even though it says creaseless, definitely did crease, like I've said 1,000 times. The finish, as far as the finish goes, I think the Tarte one looks better, but if you want more bang for your buck, this is your way to go. So I've tested this out. This is the second time I've tested this out. I liked it in my first initial time testing it out. I still think it looks pretty good. I'm gonna have to continue testing this out. I'm gonna try seeing how these work in the future without setting them. I'm very curious to see if this slides around. I actually think that this one moved around and creased. Like you can see it even like messed up. Like there's spots missing of the concealer. This one didn't do that. Like it's creasy, but it's not like just full on missing concealer like this one is. I definitely don't think that this is like Tarte Shape Tape. I used 2 decent layers of this and still did not get full coverage, whereas Tape Shape, I put 3 tiny dots and blended out and it's full coverage. But I will say that it creases like a mofo on me. But if I want really good coverage, Shape Tape is still 1000% my way to go. I'm curious to see how Shape Tape with this one on top of it will be. We'll just have to wait and see how that goes. So yeah, I'm kind of indecisive right now. I like the way this one looks better. This one definitely creases more, but this one is more a bang for your buck than this one is. You get double the amount of product for this one than you do this one. And they both crease, they both don't look 100% amazing, but I've yet to find a concealer that does look 100% amazing on me. I don't know why. If you like me, if you like my vibe, don't forget to subscribe. Leave me a comment down below and let me know if you have tried either one of these and what your thoughts were on them, or if you're thinking about purchasing them. Did you try this formula before? Is it the same in your eyes? I would love to know because I never tried the old formula. But yeah, I really hope to see you guys on the next one. Bye guys.